Nigerian. They don't let you. They don't let.
Can you hear me now?
Oh yeah, Barrister Iyare, great.
Okay, you can hear me now. Okay, that's good. You can still hear me now?
Yes.
Yes, we can hear you.
Ah, okay.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. You guys are welcome.
Thank you so much. Okay, I think we have just about 4 minutes to kick start.
Okay. So, how long are we going to wait today before we start?
We'll start right on time, sir. 6 o'clock. I think.
5 minutes after?
Okay, 5 minutes after?
Yeah, so that some
Okay.
people can still come in.
Okay.
Still trying to come in.
Okay.
Lawyer.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome once again to today's session of Legal Talks for Scholars and Immigrants in Germany. We will not be starting until about 5 minutes time so that we can get as many people on board as possible before we kickstart. But just to tell you all, you're welcome. Please feel free to drop your questions in the chat box. You can start dropping your questions now, or you could, if you don't have it now, when you do, please feel free to drop your messages or your questions. And yeah, we will also be taking live questions. So it means you can raise your hands. We prefer to talk directly to Attorney Imasi. Okay. Sorry about that. I had just one. I think it's better now. Okay. Sorry about that. Yeah. Okay, I think it's clearer now. So welcome again. Welcome. Just keep welcoming us for the next 3 minutes before we kickstart. So just as I was saying, please feel free to drop your messages in the chat box. Last week, we were not able to take all the questions. So also time is still going to be of the essence today. So please drop your messages, drop your questions as soon as you can, so that we can we'll try to take as many questions as possible, but we have limited time. And if we reach the time limit, then we might have to shift again to next week. So please, it's if you can drop your questions early enough, then it will be read early enough too. And you can also raise your hands if you would like to directly ask your questions. I will call I will call you just in the order in which it appears. So please feel free to, yeah. Okay, Jenny, we see your question. Once we start, then I will read your question out. So please drop your questions, please. You're welcome. I hope we're all doing good. And yeah, last week we heard a lot, and I believe a lot of the highlights were passed across the different groups we have, and I hope we're able to go through it. And if you still have questions, please feel free to ask in the chat box. Okay. Yeah. Okay, see your questions. Please keep them coming in. Yeah. Good evening once again. For those just joining us, good evening. Welcome to today's session. My name is Bolarin Ogunlaye, and I am a student here in Germany. And today I will be anchoring this session, and I'm so glad to be here. And yes, so this is 6:05 already. So good evening once again and welcome. So as I was saying, today I'll be anchoring this session on legal talks for scholars and immigrants in Germany. And we have here with us Attorney Iyare Imasi. He's a Nigerian-born German lawyer who came to Germany after his first degree in Nigeria, and then he studied German laws. Today, he is the first African Black lawyer in Germany, and is highly respected because of his ability to make the most complex cases seem straightforward and easy. And trust me, consulting Attorney Imasi is the best thing you can ever do when you need the services of a lawyer in Germany. Good evening, Attorney Imasi, and welcome. Thank you for joining us today.
Thanks a lot for having me on the program again.
Yes, we are glad you're here, sir. So I would want to ask you, do you have something prepared for us, or should we go directly to the questions?
I have just a few things that I would like to say because people have been calling me that couldn't had the chance last time to come into the program, or they just heard about the program very late, and they are not very sure about the situation on how to stay here at the moment. They are hearing a lot of different views and points, but I would like to give them the current situation of the law. Whatever I'm saying now, based on the refugees, on the African students that are fleeing Ukraine, coming to Germany. At the moment, when you come in, either you are stamped at the border or you are not stamped at the border. You can be coming down from Romania, you can be coming down from Hungary, you can be coming down from Poland, wherever you are. What counts is that you were, first of all, after on the 24th of February, when the war started, you were residents in Ukraine. As far as you were in Ukraine and you are a student, you are coming in here. When you come in here, the law, the temporary law that we have now applies to everybody, whether you are a Ukraine citizen or you're a foreigner from Ukraine. You are allowed to stay here for, first of all, 19 days. Some are saying 1 year, and the words 1 year, this 90 days can be extended to 3 years. So during this time that you come in, it's very important to get yourself registered. You can register yourself at the immigration offices. You can register yourself at the asylum buildings, but don't tell them you want to take asylum. You don't have to take asylum. You are not a sort of asylum refugee. So because our country, Nigeria, or some other African countries don't have war or racial problem or political problems that are driving you people away that will make you to seek asylum here. That is not even for you. If you take asylum, you will block your chances of staying in this country to continue with your education. So very important, once you register yourself in one of these houses, everywhere in the country, and in any city you enter, mostly the big cities, they already have places where you can go and register yourself. When you register yourself, you start enjoying the social facilities in this country. You'll be given a place to sleep. You'll be giving money to buy your food to eat, and the head care, we call it take care of your head problems. If you have head problem, just the social services that this country gives to everybody who is living here, who is legally living here. So when you are going there, please go with your passport or with your ID card, so that when they open your ID card or your passport, they will see that you had a resident permit in Ukraine and you couldn't stay there and you crossed the border with a stamp or not without a stamp. But what is important is your resident permit in your passport in Ukraine. So I don't know whether in Ukraine it is done like in some states in Germany, in some cities, where you have Aufenthaltskarte, a resident card. So, but there are still states in Germany where the resident permit is gummed in the passport. So many people are still having that one, but in some other cities, some states, they now issue what we call Aufenthaltskarte and a resident permit card. So if you have such a thing, or the one that is gummed in your passport, it's the same thing. You only need to present it where you are going to register yourself and get yourself registered. So, and then you start applying as quickly as possible for a university course in this country. So don't be careful when you are searching for them in the internet. Don't enter in the hands of the private universities, which I said before. Probably many people have listened to it equally on YouTube. So if you couldn't listen to it now, we have a YouTube program where those things were spoken already. You will get more details there. I think it's better now to start answering their questions, because there are a lot of questions coming in, and I'll be able to give you tips and answers how to go about such things. So please, Mrs. Ogunlayi.
Yes, sir. So we have the first question here from Jenny. She's asking about, so there's this law that says international students can, if they get a full-time job, they can leave their studies and change the visa to the full job visa or full-time visa. So now she's asking if the law allows her to drop out of a master's program if she's able to find a job. So can she use, or can we use a bachelor's degree obtained in Nigeria to get a job here and then drop out of the master's program we are currently pursuing?
Yeah, the bachelor's degree you have in Nigeria, it depends on in which faculty, from which faculty you got your bachelor's degree. If you're a civil engineer or anything that has to do with engineering, and in most cases here, you don't have trouble at all. You can always switch from one stage to the other. But if you study something that has to do with art sciences, that one, it is practically, it's like you don't even have a chance here. So Germans are only looking for people who did engineering, who did mathematics, because the people in the social subjects, there are people that are in their social subjects, there are so many that some of them don't even have a job. So they are trying to even switch into other places like information technology, IT, and some other areas. But if you had a mechanical, what they call, if you had a degree in engineering sector, you can always switch. But sometimes, if your certificate does not have a good grade, they may ask you to go and do what we call recognition of certificate, Anerkennungsverfahren. This recognition of your certificate, it has to be done in the German Institute. It can be done in what we call job center. It can be done in Bundesagentur für Arbeit, people that are in charge of employing, that give people working permit in coordination with the Foreign Office. So those people have to, they have to tell you where you have to submit your certificate and how long it will take them to upgrade your certificate and how much you are going to pay. And if at the end they come to the conclusion, after it takes about 6 to 9 months, they finally come to the conclusion that your certificate is not equivalent to a German civil engineer. For instance, Bau engineer is civil engineer in civil engineering in English in Nigeria or in Ghana. If the Bau engineer certificate here is not the same with yours, they will now tell you how many semesters you have to go again to the university to upgrade your certificate to the German standard. But don't forget, whatever you are doing, time is going against you. Time is going against you. Time does not wait for anybody here. There's no abeg here. When the time is over, they will ask you to leave the country if you cannot get yourself fixed into the society. So next question, please.
Thank you very much, sir. There's a question here from Sophia. She said that students have been given an Antrag. Antrag have Gewährung von Leistungen. I'm not sure if I got the pronunciation well. And she's asking if they should fill it out for Wednesday. They are currently staying at the Meyer Vitua Bau Detention Center. And they say immigration is coming by on Wednesday.
I don't understand it. He or she wants to make an application of what?
So I think our students were, Sophia, maybe she could explain better. Are you there? Can you unmute your mic, please? Sophia?
Hi there. So, anyway, so my students were given a bunch of different forms to fill out. So one of them is called the Antrag auf Gewährung von Leistungen nach dem Asylbewehrleistungengesetz, so Asyl-LG. The other one was Aufenthaltszeit.
Antrag auf Gewährung von Asylbewerberleistungsgesetz. That one is for people who apply for asylum, and that application is for you to get social help. But so now at the moment, they are using the same law to give people social assistance that are students that have applied here, and equally normal Ukraine citizens that are allowed to stay here for up to 3 years. So that is the law that applies to them so that you can get social assistance. From if you apply, they will give you money to pay for your house. If you're already in a house or already in a big sort of dormitory where other people are living, anybody living in a dormitory has to pay a certain amount of money. but the money will be allocated to you from the government. But from that allocation, they will remove the rent from inside and equally remove money for health care. So the rest will be given to you so that you can feed yourself. There are areas too where people are being cooked for. They cook for them 3 times a day. There are some that they have to give you money so that you can buy your own food and cook yourself. So that law is called Asylbewerberleistungsgesetz. Asylbewerberleistungsgesetz is made for people, normally for people who apply for asylum. That is the law, the social law that applies to them so that they can get social assistance.
Okay, thank you. And so for the students there of Nigerian descent from Ukraine, is it okay for them to fill out this form for Wednesday, or should they wait, is their question?
If you are given those forms to fill, you have to fill the forms.
So they were given the forms out at the detention center. Should they fill it out or should they wait for it?
Yeah, so if you were given the forms, I don't understand you very well. If you were given the form from an office to fill,
yeah,
then you should fill it. If you don't fill it, you don't get money, you don't get social assistance.
Okay, so they should fill the forms out. Got it. Okay,
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. And there's also another question here asking if German law is planning to waive blocked accounts.
If German law is trying to do what?
Is planning to waive blocked accounts.
Block account. No, that at the moment is not discussed. That one has nothing to do with whoever is coming in now at the moment. You people should not put 2-3 sweets in the mouth at the same time, between all of them at the same time. Yeah, you have to do things step by step. They are not going to waive block account. That cannot happen. The block account is normally for people that are coming in from outside the country, from their home of origin, from the state of origin. So if you're already in the country, that is what I said last time. I believe that when you're already here, they will not ask you to go and pay 10,500 euros into an account before you can study. So if you are given the permission to stay for 3 years, then they will not ask you for that. Yeah, and the permission that you'll be given for up to 3 years, 1 year extended up to 3 years, allows you to job. So if you are jobbing and you are going to school, and because if you don't have, it is only when you have a student resident permit that you have to provide this block account. But the visa they are giving you now has nothing to do with the student. It's not a student visa. So that tells you as well that you will not be asked for a block account at the moment. But after 3 years, if they're going to ask for it, that I don't know. So if anybody finally changes his status from what is now given to whoever that is in the country, maybe you now find a wife, you get married to a German woman, or you find a man and get married, or you make a child with somebody who has a German nationality or from a German, you now change your resident permit from this rich linear, this special status that they are giving you now, then of course you have nothing to do with the block account anymore. Block account only affects people that are given a student visa.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Raymond wants to know if there's a bomb shelter in NRV.
It's what?
If there's a bomb shelter.
What do you mean a bomb shelter? A combined shelter or what?
Raymond,
Ignore,
can you shed more light?
ignore the question, Bolariwa.
Okay. All right. So we have another question here. We are here in Berlin and we have not registered ourselves. They keep saying we should wait for the online registration, but now the dates are filled up as well. So I guess this person wants to know what they should do. The dates are filled up and they've not registered in Berlin.
Online registration is going on in Berlin or what?
I'm not sure if it's online. I think it's
so Berlin is a big city. Now we are having even before the Ukraine war started, we have almost 3.5 million people living in Berlin. People are even living in Berlin because Berlin is so congested. But in Berlin, there are a lot of foreign offices in Berlin, depending on where you are staying. So the area that you are, if you go to that foreign office, the immigration office or a place where asylum is normally taken is called Erstaufnahmeeinrichtung, the first place that you land as an asylum seeker. If you go in there, it is always a very big building. Most of the time, it is mostly a former military base. That is where these people are harbored. It's very, very big. A lot of apartments, a lot of rooms, a lot of halls there. So that is where people normally go. So you can get yourself registered in those places, and anywhere you register, you'll be given a place to go and stay. If you don't have a place there, they will tell you, they will ask you to go to another place where you can find a place to stay as well. So you getting registered is for you to be legal in the society and then have the opportunity to go into the social system, because you need food, you have to eat, you have to take shower. It is cold outside. You need a place to sleep, you need a place to have your meal. You need other people to around you that you can be making conversation with every time. So these things are very important. So if Berlin is congested, it is not possible for you to remain in Berlin. I've been hearing that our train here, the Deutsche Bahn, has been carrying people sometimes free. If it is going on, I don't know. So with your passport and with your visa inside, I think you can move from Berlin. Either you come to Hamburg or you go to North Rhine-Westphalia. Is a very big city, very, very big federal state. We have a lot of wonderful cities there. You have Essen, you have Mainz, you have Düsseldorf, you have Hanover. Hanover is in Niedersachsen, and many, many other cities that you can go to and get yourself registered. You must not remain in Berlin. Don't go and behave the way people do in Nigeria, say at the capital city. Capital city is everywhere. In this, our country, whether you are living, if you are living in the place that Germans call a village here, it is not the village we have in Africa. The so-called place Germans call a village there, everything that is in the city is equally in that village. It has to do with the constitution here. The constitution says they should make an equal life for everybody, no matter where you are living. If you are living in a village of maybe 2,000 people, then you have a cinema hall, you have a fitness center, you have supermarkets, you have swimming halls. Everything that you have in the city, it is equally there. So buses are running there. So it does not really matter where you go to. Of course, you want to study, you can only move to a city where there's a university or where there's University of Applied Sciences. Germans don't have what we call polytechnic in Africa or in Nigeria. So you can live wherever the small city where you are and go to the place that you have to study. But very soon, you may be unfortunate if you don't register yourself in time. Anywhere you get registered now, they will carry you to a rural village where you have to enter a bus and drive for about 1 hour before you get there.
Thank you so much, sir. We have another question here from Sophia. She wants to know what students who have lost their IDs from Ukraine should do, both IDs as passports and then the Ukrainian documents, but they have the digital copy. What can they do?
So if they have a digital copy, that one should be enough.
Okay.
The digital copy should be enough to go and get yourself registered. And because they themselves, they know as well, because the war has happened, even before the war happened, many students had their passport with the Foreign Office because they were waiting for a prolongation of the visa. And now the war came, so they couldn't, and the Foreign Offices there too were shut down. So they couldn't go there to ask for their passport anymore. The only thing then is to save your life and get out of the city, get out of the country. So that one is understandable. But after some time, you'll be asked to go and get a Nigerian passport or a Ghanaian passport or a Zimbabwean passport or a Sudanese passport. You have to go to your embassy wherever they are. Some have their embassies in Berlin. Some are having their embassy in Düsseldorf. Some are having them in Hamburg. So you have to go to them and apply for a passport, because it is our law here. Every foreigner that is staying in this country must have a passport, but German citizens must not have a passport, but they must have an ID card. ID card is for them very important.
And what if the students already had an expired visa in Ukraine? Does that matter?
if he has had an expired visa in Ukraine, he should be able to prove that he came from Ukraine. Maybe they will speak the language with him. I don't know what kind of language they speak in Ukraine. I don't think it is Russisch. It's not a Russian language. So there's a language. Do they study there in English or they study in Ukraine language?
I think they have some English courses too.
Yeah, so we can throw the question to them. Students that study in Ukraine, in which language were you studying? Is it in English language, or you had a particular language like the way we speak Dutch here, German language?
English.
English.
So, okay. So which means somebody who has been staying there for some time, he cannot really prove that he came from Ukraine because he does not speak the language.
Mm.
Yeah, okay.
Interesting. Okay, so we have another question here from.
We speak actually. We learn in English, and there is Ukrainian language is speaking in Ukraine. But if you want to show you are from Ukraine, you have to have your post-vid card. You should have that, or your school ID.
Okay.
A post-vid card is an ID card or what?
Yes, the post-vid card is the ID card from Ukraine. The one you have.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Post-vid card is the residence permit, the temporary residence permit.
Okay. So next question, please.
Yes. So can foreigners from Ukraine work with 3 months visa? Can they apply for university here without going back to Nigeria?
Whoever is asking that question seems to be new. Yeah, because that is what we'll be talking about the whole time. So if a foreigner, it has been said in Brussels is the capital city of the European Union, and Satan the capital city of Belgium. That is where the law came from, that anybody living in Ukraine, as far as you were in Ukraine before on the 24th of February, the war broke out on the 24th of February, and you are allowed to choose any of the European community country that you want to go to. There's no dictation that you must go to Hungary, you must go to Romania, or you must go to, that is the point as at this moment now, you see going on. So if you come in here, you are first of all given 90 days. So within 90 days, you are allowed to work. Yeah. And the 90 days can be prolonged up to 3 years. And you are allowed to work as well. So, but if I were you guys, I've said it before, education is everything in this country. With education, the sky is your limit in this country. If you don't follow your education, you will regret it later. You only end up washing toilets and cleaning and working in the kitchen, cutting cheese and doing salad for other people, although you are not stupid. It's just because you decided to look for money the way our Nigerians are. Everything is money. Money comes later, and when it starts coming, it does not end. Follow your education. Education, going to the university here, excuse me, or being a student here is a very big privilege. It's not everybody, it's not every German that can go to the university. It's a big privilege. So if you decide to throw away the privilege because you need money, and money will not get ahead, you want to build a house or build something. If you start working in your profession later, as what we call, Germans call it a fachman, a specialist on that field, money go to come in. It is not the end. Yeah. So studying is difficult. You have to squeeze yourself. You don't earn money, but when you finish, you pass out and you get your job. From time to time, your salary will be increasing. You'll be living a better life.
Thank you very much, sir. There's a question here from Chris. It's about a student who was about to get deported from Ukraine. Now, the appeal was going on before this all broke out. So he wants to know if this person still has the same opportunities here as every other person. So he was faced with deportation before he moved down to Germany.
I don't understand. You were trying to do what in Ukraine?
So he was a student in Ukraine.
Yeah.
He was about to get deported from Ukraine.
Also deported from Ukraine. Okay.
Yes. So now he wants to know if this person still has the same privileges as others.
Yeah, I don't think our authorities here knows about what was happening in Ukraine. But it is very important to know, in this our country where we are, criminals are not tolerated. Now people are allowed to come into the country. The security experts are already worried, the police, the state lawyer, the judges, that people are crossing the border just freely without not being controlled. But now that you are in the country, if you are in the country, you say because here is free, you start doing what we call shoplifting. You start stealing one thing or the other in the supermarket. There are cameras everywhere. Those things will block your chance of having a resident permit. So remain crime-free, follow the system here. Even when the light is red on the road, don't cross the light. Even somebody is walking. Some people do cross traffic light red here on foot. No? But you can do it. It can happen that you'll be stopped because of one reason or the other, and then it goes into your file. So behave the way you're supposed to behave peacefully, and you have what you're supposed to have, and then you can live a normal life here. But if they get to know one way or the other that you were a criminal in Ukraine, then they will not allow you to stay. It all depends on the kind of crime you committed. If you committed rape there, that one, they don't joke with it here. Or you killed somebody, or you carried a gun and go and rob a bank, or you even committed robbery. No? But say you insulted somebody when I pushing ourselves because you were drunk, you pushed somebody, those ones are not really something that somebody will say, they mean hardcore criminals, no? That Interpol is looking for, you know? So if Interpol is looking for you, you come in here, one day they will get you. So then it's finito.
All right, sir. Ogu, your question has been answered already, so I'm going to skip it. There's a question here from James. He wants to know how someone who is a PhD student here in Germany can bring his or spouse over. What the requirements and the process?
Yeah, and that one is a private thing. That one, I can only give you a few information. He has to apply for his wife at the embassy, or the husband, if you want the husband to come, or the wife at the embassy of his home country. We'll call it family reunion. He has to apply for a family reunion. And now in Nigeria presently, if you apply for a family reunion, you have to first of all go to their website and get yourself registered, or whoever wants to come. You have to be very, very careful so that you book you register at the right menu for family reunion. And after 1 year, almost getting to 1 year, you will now get an appointment when he or she has to come to the embassy. It is then you can apply and then submit a visa application and some other things that will be required. Then they will investigate whether whoever is in Nigeria or in Africa will be investigated through a German trusted lawyer, and money has to be paid. And when all those things are done, everything is true, there's no wayo, everything is correct, then they will now contact your immigration, the foreign office that is responsible where you are living in Germany, and they will ask you to bring some other documents too. When those things are good, then they will ask your wife to come. They will give her a visa to come. So it's a long process. It's just that is just a vivid explanation. If you want to know more, contact me privately.
Okay, thank you, sir. So there's a question here. It's about the student who came from Ukraine last week, and he was given 10 days to leave Deutschland, that's Germany, or to apply for asylum. And his passport has been collected by Ausländeramt. What advice do you have for him? So he has to leave Germany in 10 days or apply for asylum.
I'm hearing that one for the first time. Maybe he had to do with a foreign officer that does not know what is going on, or they are only just being wicked. In such cases, tell him to contact me privately. I will write a letter to the foreign office myself and ask them what are they doing there. No? So these laws are going on around here. Even there's a special paper written by our Internal Affairs Minister for FASA, and it is written that students are first of all allowed to stay here till May. Let me see, I have it here. It was posted last time. It is after then they will start thinking about their situation again. So I don't know where you guys had it already. This is the paper. I posted it equally to Emmanuel. Yeah. So this is the paper. And in this paper, it is written that every foreigner, whether you're a foreigner, whether you are Ukraine, person that left there from on the 24th of February, are allowed to be here till on the 23rd of May. Yeah, before any other thing will continue to take place. So they cannot give him 10 days and ask him to leave the country, which means they don't know about it. Yeah. So he should contact me himself, and I will send a letter to that office, because there are some of these people there. I don't want to start saying that that whoever told him that one is a racist, but you can never know, because we have some racist people too, even within the foreign offices that are even working for in the foreign office. There are very few, but it can of course happen that you jam somebody who's a racist there that does not like you for one reason or the other.
Sorry, sir, we need your number, please.
Yeah, NCJ will give it to you later.
Yeah, then there's a link already in the chat box where you can directly reach out to Anthony Massey. His website is on the chat box, and we'll post it again, and even his number. Okay, so Femzi, okay, I think Femzi just spoke. He asked about people that police withheld their passports and residence permits. What should they do?
Somebody who did what?
Police withheld their passports and residence permits.
By our police here, or which place? Yeah, if the German police, we'll call it Beschlagnahmt, seize their passport or their residence permit, they will give them a document that they are holding their passport with them. So did they get such a paper? If you don't get such a paper, then you will have difficulties later. Yeah. So if you have such a paper, they don't even have the right to seize your passport. I don't even know. Maybe you must have done something that made them to seize your passport. Can I know? So normally they don't have right to collect your passport from you, because they know that with your passport, without your passport, you cannot do your registration. Yeah? So which police forces, which police are that one? The police from the eastern part of the country, or where?
Femzi.
Police at Dresden.
Ah, yeah. Now former Eastern Germany. Yeah.
Because we told the police that we don't have anywhere to sleep. He said we should go to camp. But now he's telling us we feel asylum. Nobody applied for asylum. So they hand our passport. We cannot have our passport, and they prosecute.
Yeah, good. Send me those information. Send me their address. Now I will write them myself and question them why they are behaving like that.
Your phone number, even though possible, I can come and see you in the office tomorrow, sir.
You live in my state, in Schleswig-Holstein?
I live in presently in Berlin.
But where I am is about 400 kilometers to Berlin.
I don't mind, sir. In as much is transportable, I will come down tomorrow, sir, as early as possible.
Yeah, because this our work is to write letters. We mostly write letters, no matter where they are. When I write letter, they go jump up.
Yeah, so I don't mind. Just I need the address. I will be in your first train tomorrow morning.
Yeah, but even if you come to my office, that will not make you have your passport immediately.
Yeah, I know, but I will have the rest of my. But since that day, I couldn't eat. I'm leaning every day by day.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
So yeah, as I said, my information, you can always find it. No?
Yes, it has even been posted.
Okay,
he has two addresses: his email
I said
address,
it has even
his
been posted
website.
already.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, don't worry, I will take care of it.
Yeah,
thank
sometimes
you,
it just
Yeah.
Femzi, just go through the chat and let me know if you find the address. But it's been posted on the chat, I think about twice now. Okay, so we have a question here from Chuku. Okay, this has been answered. He's asking if they can extend their stay. It's possible, but he wants to know how they can go about that. So if given 29 days to stay or 30 days, how can they extend once that expires?
They have given 29 days or 30 days to stay?
He said we're given just 29 days to stay here in Germany, and that expires on the 31st of this month. So he wants to know how it can extend after that. Yeah, so if you want to extend it, you go back to the same place. You go back to the same place to meet the people there. That yeah, it is very unfortunate that you people, you don't have this paper done by our office, our Minister of Internal Affairs, yeah? So that who no one understand, you push them under his nose, make it young. Yeah. So normally anything they are giving you guys now, because I've had some people they gave some even 1 year. Some were giving 90 days. I know about somebody they gave 6 months. So it depends on which area you people are going to. But this eastern part of the country, they're very dangerous now. Those people don't like black man. No, make sure they care for that area. Those people, they are very, very crazy. So it is very unfortunate that anybody is doing anything he likes with foreigners that are coming in. I can understand it that saying every time, yeah, the Ukraine women and the Ukraine girls, they have their color, they have their kind of hair, they are ready to help those people, that it is not a discrimination when they are discriminating people with our color. It is bullshit. That is not what the law says here. The law says everybody is treated equal. Everybody should be treated equal here. You don't want to treat you people equal, then I will carry them go court, make them go tell judge. Make them meet judge, make them tell judge why they don't want to treat people equal. So, yeah, so that is the issue. So anytime it's finished or it's getting finished, it is mostly advisable, because now people are hiding behind Corona, always saying that because there's Corona, they cannot see people, they cannot do this, they cannot do that. So it is always advisable to go there 2 days before then, or even 3 days before then. Or you can look for a social worker around the place where you are. This Caritas, the Red Cross, with other people again, Johannita. There are a lot of people that are working there, although they don't know much about law, but they can always help you to push those things to them that will make them put them in a situation for you to extend your stay for you. But for me, of course, my situation is different, because if you contact me and you want me to do it for you, of course, if I write a letter, whether you like it or not, they will do it, but it costs money. But those social workers will do it free for you. It is only when those people, they cannot do it because they have people that are playing with them in the office there. That is when you always need the help of a lawyer. And don't go into any kind of interaction with them. No any kind of interaction. Don't let them start asking you, why do you not go back to Nigeria? Why do you not go back to Ghana? It is not their business. Don't answer them anything. Yeah, just tell them this is what the law says. You are allowed to be here till May. They should give you a residence permit, or you will go to a lawyer. Right? So if they are not treating you well that side, you leave that area and go to another part of the country. Thank you, sir. There's a question.
Sir, I'm having a question, sir.
Yeah.
Sorry, Femzi, please, there's an order. Go ahead and ask a question, but please, if you have any questions, please raise your hand so that I can just.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. I will do that. Sorry, I'm very sorry.
Go ahead and ask your question, please.
All right. Sorry, sir. My question is that I was directed to go to Lexi for the registration, because when they had my passport, I couldn't go there because someone gave me an appointment to live in Berlin. So now, as we said we should go there and go and get ourselves registered. Is it possible for me to go to Munich and register there, or I should go to Leipzig?
Leipzig is equally Leipzig is equally in the eastern part of the country, but Leipzig is not so bad. A lot of foreigners are equally living there. Yeah, a lot of foreigners are equally living there. But the area that are really bad for Black people is are the place we call Dresden, Thüringen, Sachsen-Anhalt. Those people, if they see black man, they look like say you be monkey, you fall down from heaven. Yeah.
So, sir, your advice for me now to go and get myself registered tomorrow before you know that.
You should get yourself registered, because if you don't register yourself, you will not enjoy the social help in the country.
All right, sir.
Yeah, please go and do it as quickly as possible before.
I'll go there tomorrow. So I will send a mail to you.
Yeah.
All right, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, sir. If there's anybody that would like to maybe just ask directly, please raise your hand. I'll just read the questions and then call you. Do that intermittently. So there's a question here from Jenny. She's asking if a spouse joins her on a reunion visa while she's still a student, and the spouse gets a job as an IT expert, will he get a resident permit as someone with a full-time job, or will his permit still be attached to our study permit?
So she's a PhD student herself?
She didn't specify, but she's a student here.
Yeah. So if, for instance, if she's a PhD student, of course, anybody who is doing PhD is considered as working on any money. Yeah? So some people can always bring their wives or their husbands. So if he comes in and he has a qualified certificate as well, mostly in information technology, and he finds a job, of course, he's allowed to work, because this family reunion visa has automatic a working permit. It has automatic working permit.
Will his spouse visa still be tied to a study permit? Will it be attached to it?
No. So if the spouse wants to come as a student, then he or she has to apply in Africa as a student, or else you cannot change it here to a student visa.
No, so the spouse is coming with a reunion visa, but after the spouse got here, he got a full-time job as an IT expert.
Yeah.
So she wants to know if his permit will still be attached to our own permit. So
no, because if you start working, that one is very good. If he now comes in and he gets a job as an expert, he's going to get a different visa. I think now is paragraph 18B. It's 18B. So with this 18B, she can equally, because she's married to him, she can change her visa from the student visa to the same visa that the husband is having, which is a better visa. Now, the resident permit is far more better than a student visa.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Okay, so I see some hands raised. I'll call the first person. Is this Pio? I'm not sure how it's pronounced, but can you unmute and ask your question, please? If you're not there, then I have to go to the next person. Okay.
Yeah, I'm here. Thank you. Yeah, it's Pio.
Pio.
Okay,
right.
Yeah, thank you. So my question first was on the student from Ukraine. So I just want to put more clarification on that. So he came in last week, and then he went to do registration in the Outland Arms. So his passport, they gave him an address where he can go and hang out. But fortunately for him, he has a relation. This is in Bayern, in Augsburg, precisely. So he was staying with his relation. So only for him to get back to the office today, they told him that the law has changed. He cannot continue to stay in Germany, or he go home, or he has to apply for asylum. And the passport was collected from him, and he was given a Fishon-Bescheinigung to show that his passport is with them. So, but the boy was confused. He didn't know what to do. He didn't want to go through asylum process. So he's left in confusion. So what advice do you have for him?
The way they are treating him, what you told me now, if it is correct that way, it is not correct the way they are treating him. That is not what the law says. That is not what the law says. The law says they should not apply for asylum. Okay. And if he's a student from Ukraine, he's allowed to stay here till almost at the ending of March. After March again, it will be prolonged again. They are working on a special visa for all of them, a special law.
Okay.
They are not allowed to take asylum. If you go and take asylum, you will block all other chances for you to continue as a student. The student is not allowed to take asylum. Because if you want to take asylum, there are reasons why you can take asylum in this our country. You can take asylum here, one, if you are politically pursued in your country. You're a politician, you were, people jailed you unlawfully, they maltreated you, flogged you, abused you in the prison, you're able to run away, and you have newspaper pictures and all these things that they did to you, have those pictures, you present it here, you'll be given asylum. Or you have a racial problem. Yeah, and this racial problem is not applicable in Africa because they say it is tribalism. We don't have racial problem in Africa. Or you have religious problem. No? You are a Christian, they are forcing you to become a Muslim, or women that they are trying to circumcise, and the women run away, or you are a homosexual, or you are a lesbian. All those kind of things are those things that you can come and start telling them here, and they will go into investigation. If you say you are a lesbian, you have to be able to produce a lot of pictures where you and your man who on the kiss, the romance. All those kind of things that really show that you are really in that mood, you know. So if those things are not available, so those things, I don't think you guys are having those things. Those things will not help you to make asylum. So what you have now in your hand is this privilege. No, you people should listen. This country where we're there is a country of law. It's a country where law works 100%, can't be 1-to-1. Don't let them tell you rubbish. If you go to them, they are telling you rubbish, you can challenge them there. If you have right to challenge somebody, there's nothing they can do to you. Only when you not get right, now they will chase you out of the office, call the police for you. If you are right, you tell them, this is information I heard from a lawyer, and that is what is going on in the country. There's a paper from the Internal Affairs Minister. It's a woman from FASA. I just showed it just now. I sent it before to NCJ, and they should forward it to you people. It is written there, yeah, in this paper. And many of you should print it and take it with you anywhere you are going, put it in your pocket. Anybody who they tell you rubbish, you bring a come out and show them. It is written in German. It is not in English language. Don't allow people to tell you all this kind of rubbish. You people are making me angry. No. Don't allow people to tell you those kind of. We're not there for Nigeria, where they will say, make you can't pay bribe. So I cannot give you what belongs to you. It is not like that here. Nobody will take bribe here. The only thing they can use, they can discriminate you, and don't allow that discrimination to work.
Okay, thank you. The second question is on extension of visa. I have someone who is here. He came in 2008, but due to Corona situation, he couldn't finish his modules he has in school. So he wanted to renew his visa, and he was told he cannot renew again because his student period has elapsed. So, but the university said that the 3 semesters is out. 2 semesters is counted not as a regular semester, which is Corona semesters, and he still have right to extend his visa. What advice do you have for such a person?
Yeah, you see, this question you are throwing now is very complicated. It's very complicated. In this country, a fresh student is allowed to be here 11 years. Some people even cross up to 15 years, they don't finish their courses. Yeah. So there are some that are doing masters, they have, of course, a short time. Some people can do their master within 1 year, some can do within 2 years, some can do within 3 years. I think highest is 3 years. So I don't know which student now you are talking about. If it's the one that has been here as a fresh student and had not been taking his or her studies serious, and could not change to what we call handwork, Ausbildung. Because if you never graduated in your home country before, which means you don't have a profession, and if you are here, for instance, you want to study what they call civil engineering or medicine, after 1 or 2 semesters, you notice that you cannot do it, and you don't want to continue with your studies, you can change to a handwork. When you change to a handwork, they will give you a different visa. And when you're doing your handwork, they pay you money every month. and you do your handoff for 3 years. And when you finish, you start working. And then you are allowed to stay completely. Yeah. So this one they are telling me is a very complicated thing. It's a very wide field, very wide.
Is it applied in every city, changing from your program to Ausbildung?
It is allowed. Of course, it's allowed in every city. So listen very well. I'm talking about people who don't have a degree in their countries, who do not have a profession before with a final school certificate. If you don't have that one and you came here to come and study fresh, let's say a bachelor's degree, you came here with A-level or you went to a student college and now enter university, you notice that you could not continue because one thing or the other, the course is difficult for you. You can look for an Ausbildung and it will be accepted by the Foreign Office that you start doing Ausbildung because you don't have a profession before. But if you have a profession before with a bachelor's degree, and you tell them you want to do Ausbildung, it's like you are falling from upstairs from the 20th floor to the last floor, which is not accepted in this country.
Okay.
Yeah?
Okay.
So which means you are degrading yourself. It's not accepted here. You can only upgrade yourself.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
It is.
Thank you. Caleb, can you unmute and ask your question, please? Caleb?
Okay, good evening. So my question is, currently now I'm in a school hostel, yes, and I have registered, yes. So my fear now is going to the immigration because the new news I heard now that immigration are not given the regular days, or they're just being harsh, or like the way lawyer said, like racism, I don't know. So like 10 days, my friends went there and today they were like, they're giving them 10 days, something like that. And someone I know also has gotten like 7 months, just like the way the lawyer is saying. So I don't know why is it like that. And my second question is that this hush bill that this house bill that the lawyer brought up now, is it more preferable to the having a degree, or which one is more preferable?
Yeah, it is difficult for you guys that are coming from Ukraine to do an Ausbildung. This Ausbildung is the technical colleges we had in Nigeria before, but in Nigeria we don't have them anymore. So the technical colleges are this Ausbildung that we're talking about. But if you want to do the Ausbildung, you must speak German. So that's the problem. You must speak German. You must have at least a level in German, which is B1, which means you can read and write and make conversation in German. So before you can get B1 in this country, it can take you up to 8 months going to intensive course every day. So time is not on your side. So that's why I've been saying the whole time, last time I said it many times, choose security. Security means apply to a course in a university in Germany. There are some courses too where they teach in English language. Even if the course is not for you, you don't like it, but you'll be given a visa because you're already a student. And then you have security. From there, you go there, they learn German. Even though if you not go class, they use instead of going to class, you go to somewhere to go and learn German and be learning German there. Yeah, it is when you are going to renew your visa again, they will ask you, please, which result did you pass? What have you been doing? Did you pass some examination, yes or no? So then, and before then, you already have a certificate that will allow you to do an Ausbildung, that will allow you to do this kind of technical college of 18. Then you can then switch and look, because they're looking for them. These people that take care of old people, that take care of old people, dress them, take them around within the compound to have fresh air, even feed them, because some they cannot feed themselves anymore. Maybe if they pass something in their poo-poo, all those kind of things, you can help them to clean it. All those those people, they take them very quickly. Anybody wants to do that one, because they are looking for them in Germany. Now, we're having more than 300,000 of such people that they don't have here. They're looking for them. So last time, our former health minister went to the Philippines and went to Mexico looking for nurses to come here and help them to do this job. Somebody asked him one day in the television, but Africa is closer. Why don't you go to Africa? He said what's it called? The education, the nursing education in Nigeria is very weak. It's not qualified. No? It's not good enough like the ones they have in Brazil and Mexico and the Philippines. So that is why they don't take Africans. Our nurses there, they don't want them to come here. It's only very few are able to find their way and come here. So what I'm trying to say is choose security, even though it is healthcare, even though they take you in what we call Geschichte story, or they take you in only to study literature. There are a lot of other small things you can do so that you can enter there and then have a stable ground. Then you have your both foot on the ground, or your legs on the ground, and then you can be relaxed and start thinking what you can do better than for your future. You people, you are all young people. No? So even at the age of 30, you can still go and learn something. No? In this country, if you are living here, it is sure banker that you get to 80 years, 90 years, even 100 years. In Germany now, every year, 40,000 100 years old people are joining the ones that are there before. We have so many 100 years old people in this country because of the good situation that they have in the country. Good clean water, good food, good medical care. So you have a long time here to stay. No? Next question, please.
Yes, thank you, sir. Chinechem. Can you ask a question, please?
Hello, I just wanted to ask if there's anybody that has registered in Hamburg, because I've been hearing different cities, Dortmund, Munich, Berlin, but I've not heard anybody that got registered in Hamburg, and I'm currently in Hamburg.
Okay, we spoke with some last time that are registered in Hamburg. No, some people are already in Hamburg, they are registered there. Even the young woman told us how long she queued there before she was allowed to get registered. So you can always register there. A lot of people are there. In Hamburg, you have to go to Bergkopfweg, the first place where people that are coming to seek for asylum go. In Hamburg, everything is decentralized. They have a very big building, very big house, where everybody who comes in for the first time as a foreigner in the country has to come and get himself registered. So that is where they are going to and getting themselves registered. So even if you don't know where it is, if you stop at the train station in Hamburg, the main train station, the Hauptbahnhof, there are people that are wearing yellow vests, welcoming people that are coming from Ukraine and other people. If you see them, you go to them and ask them. Even if you see the police car, you see a police car driving across. If you stop them, they will stop for you. You tell them you are from Ukraine, you want to register yourself. They can even carry you down there. Yeah. So you go there and register. When you finally register, from there they will tell you which house you have to go to, where you now start staying. They start taking care of you, and then you will start doing your own possibilities on how to make your situation more solid in the society.
Yes, thank you very much, sir. Namdi, you're next.
Okay, good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
My name is Namdi, and I have a question. Somebody ran into me within the week. It's from Ukraine also, a student. I want to ask the lawyer the status of this person. According to him, he said he's even married in Ukraine. And my question with him was, where is your wife if you are married? You are illegally married there, he said yes. And you are a student, he said yes. I said, then, are you here alone now? He said he ran away from Ukraine because of the war. And I said, where is your wife? He said the wife is also somewhere else in Germany. So he wanted to know his status of going to, is his status going to stay as a family person or a student? Then my advice.
Because so if he has a marriage visa in Ukraine is treated just the same way a Ukrainian person will be treated here. They were even the first ones that from the beginning that they said Ukraine citizens and people who are having a resident permit or a permanent resident permit in Ukraine. So now it's the same thing with him. Now that he's in the country, he can get himself registered anywhere he wants to get himself registered, but it's very funny that he's not with his wife and his child. He's somewhere alone. So if he has to register them too, they will ask him, where is your wife? No? And where the wife is too, they will ask the wife, where is your husband? Unless they are separated. No? Probably they are separated, the marriage is no longer functioning. But that notwithstanding, he's here already. He should get himself registered in any of these cities. He can register himself at the Foreign Office, at the Immigration Office, at now people are even going to Caritas, Johannita, Red Cross, and AVO. AVO is very much arts too. So some people are taking people privately into their apartment. No? So there too, many of these young women, they have to be careful so that they don't go and start using you as a prostitute. They will call men to come and use you and they collect money. You have to be very, very careful with people that you move with and go home. It can equally happen to the boys too. People will come and fuck your nyash there. No? So you have to be very, very careful, whoever you are following home. No?
So another thing is that he was asking, anyway, he approached me to help me for work. So I told him that you get into a black work now, you are trying to commit yourself. So it's better you go and register or wherever you say your wife is, or you have a certificate of marriage or whatever, you go and do it. And secondly, I advise him or advise our people or the students also in this forum. I have been following this since last week. It is only what you presented to the lawyer is what the lawyer is going to act with. You don't come and formulate a story in order to suit you or in order to have the sympathy. This is a country that when you lie for the first time, even though you talk the truth 100 times, they will not believe you. The lawyer is here to help you people and to help you people both legally and academically. I have been listening and following you since last week. So the simple advice I have is please present a genuine, sincere matter to him for him to help you. Because you will not be running from pillar and you are in the post.
Thank you so much, Nnamdi. It's actually very important for people to present, just like you said.
Yes, I'm the vice president of Nigerians in Germany, and I have been following people, helping them, connecting them to the lawyer.
Thank you so much. And like you've heard, please just tell us exactly the way it is. That is when Attorney Imasi can be able to assist and help. So please, whatever the issue is, just say it as it is, and then we can,
So next question, please. Yeah.
So there's a question here from Sheon. Sheon, do you want to ask directly or not? Okay, I think I see no. Okay, so Sheon says he or she is eligible for a temporary protection given to Ukrainians since his son is a Ukrainian citizen. Now she has a job offer from a German employer and they are sponsoring a work visa, but it will take like 4 months before it will be out. Will registration at any center as a refugee or as in an asylum center in Germany affect the work visa process? Please advise.
No, that will not affect it.
Okay, that won't affect it, yeah.
No.
Yes.
So even the employer will be happy that he's already here in the country, or else he would have been the one that will organize for him to leave Ukraine and come here to come and work. So now he's here. Normally, the whole thing will be very, very fast for him. So if you contact the company again that is already here in the country.
Okay. Yeah, Victoria, can you please unmute and ask your question?
Okay, good evening.
Good evening.
So I'm from Ukraine. I'm using my sister's laptop, that's why I showing her name.
Okay.
So I got into Germany on Saturday. Yeah, I got into Germany on Saturday, like 1 a.m. thereabouts Saturday. I used the bus from Hungary to Germany. and I'm currently at my sister's apartment. So we've been wanting to go to register, but we just wanted to like observe things and everything. But I've been on the Zoom since I knew lawyer has been advising us to register as soon as possible because time is not on our side. So I just wanted to confirm, is it that we should go to any immigration office, or I don't know, is there anywhere in particular that we should go to get registered, or we should just search for any immigration office or anything and get registered? Yeah, because I'm in Berlin, so I just wanted to like be clear on where to.
Yeah, you can go to any of the foreign offices where you decide to go to. So nobody can really tell you where to go to, but I always tell people they shouldn't go to Bayern. Yeah, maybe you guys don't know what Bayern is now. These people that where Bayern München is now, football club, those people there, there's a state called Bayern, no? Bundesland, federal state of Bayern. Bayern is big, and they are there in the south, very close to Stuttgart. That area, our color is not much welcomed. No? So it's the same thing too in the eastern part of the country. So, but there are enough other places where you can go to in Germany. Berlin too. Berlin is nice because Berlin is already a multicultural city. So since you have been moving around there, you must have been seeing Black people. You see the so-called fake Oyibo too. A lot of them are around there. No? So and and you see our people as well. No? You can even hear somebody speaking Igbo or Yoruba on the road. No? So yeah. You can register around there, or you decide to come to Hamburg. The African community in Hamburg, the Africans in Hamburg alone, they're about 25,000. So that place too is very nice for people of our color. But Bayern area is a little bit difficult because of I don't know. Sometimes they see Black people, either they are afraid or because we are strange to them, they behave very abnormal and start telling you all kinds of rubbish. No? So you have to decide where you want to go. But even if you ask people that are living there, many don't even want to stay there, but they have more job opportunities in the southern part of the country where Bayern is, Baden-Württemberg, Stuttgart, they have more job opportunities. They have a lot of jobs there. So that is even the reason why many people used to go to that area. But social life, it is zero there. Social life is not really welcome there. The police there, they react contrary to the police in the north and or in the northern Westphalian area where Düsseldorf was even one of the cities where Black people started coming to those days in the 70s. No? So a lot of people are living around that area. So it's always better. You guys that are coming in now, you are having people advising you. When we came in that time, you only do your own thing. Even Black person go see you for road, you go run, and no one even talk to you. Thinking you are coming to bring him problem. So yeah, so take the little advice that we are giving you people, do your own thing. But if it will come, nobody knows how it's going to end. And probably after some months, because some cities are then overpopulated, they may start calling for a division, that some people should go to some other places. They start telling them, if you come here, you cannot register here. We're already full. Here is already occupied, but go to some other places. So before it gets to that extent, whoever is withdrawing himself from getting registered, people are coming in every day, they are registering themselves. So the day you will go there, they will tell you they don't have capacity anymore. You should please go to somewhere else. Because you have lost that chance, you are allowing people to advise you that don't really know how the system works. And if you go into illegality, you are going to suffer here. If you are illegal in this country, you don't have a chance anymore. There's nothing you can do. You cannot work. Even if you find a girlfriend, you cannot marry. If you find a husband, you cannot marry. You cannot go to school. You cannot even learn German. If you are entering the bus, you'll be afraid. If you want to enter the train, you'll be afraid because one day the police will control you and then they will get you. So it's better to make your situation clear for you because that law is on your side. Oyibo will not make that law. Tomorrow they start changing their mind. They are not like that. They don't behave that way, especially in this country. Law is law in Germany.
Yes, thank you very much, sir. I'll have to call on Sunday next. Femzi, I'm sorry, I have to skip you, but I want to give others a chance to also ask questions. And I know you've asked several questions already. So Sunday, please, can you ask your question?
Hello, good evening, everyone.
Welcome.
Thank you very much. Yeah, so there's a very important matter. A relative of mine who has come from Ukraine, she was a medical student. She's still a medical student in Ukraine, and she's presently in Germany. But tonight she experienced a very serious issue. Her passport was taken from her at the immigration office. She went to Düsseldorf. She was still in Berlin, but she went to Düsseldorf to make some inquiries. And when she got to the immigration office, an officer there requested to see her passport, and then gave her some appointments for next week, and then withheld her passport. She is also here, Bukola. She's in here, published. If you want to speak, you can address the lawyer directly. So her passport has been taken from her. She doesn't have any means of identification, and she's been asked to come back next week, next Monday, to see the immigration officer. She doesn't have a, she came from Ukraine with a temporary residence permit in Ukraine. Bukola, are you here? Can you please signify and speak directly?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay.
True. So today I went to Düsseldorf to make inquiries, like I said before. All I wanted to do was make inquiries and not register because I needed to weigh my options for the best cities, basically. So if I can register in Berlin or Düsseldorf, meaning that Berlin has already been already congested. So and we know that they're taking them to cities that are less congested. So as far as I know that Düsseldorf was less congested at the moment. So I went there to make inquiries on the provision that they make for temporary resident or Ukrainian refugees, basically. So on getting there, the lady was like, "Oh, we told her all those things. We just want to make inquiries, no registration, and all of that." She said she understands. She has heard. She only wants to check something on her passport, and she's gonna give it back to us. That's what she said. So she took it. She took my post visa, that's my ID in Ukraine, my temporary residence in Ukraine. We're 5, 2 were temporary, 2 and 3 were permanent. She took it and came back after a while and said, "Oh, okay, that she has registered me into the system without my permission. One, you lied to me. You collected my passport and my ID on false pretense. 2, you registered me without my permission or anything. And 3, she's holding my passport and my ID card. She's holding it hostage, telling me to come back, give me appointments on next week, Monday, to come back, telling me that, oh, the government don't have any provision for temporary resident holders right now. So maybe before next week, they probably would have come up with something for us. Else, we have to book a ticket to go to Nigeria. And I have to come and show her the ticket before she can release my passport to her, or until when the government comes up with a better plan for us." That was the case I experienced in Düsseldorf. I tried to talk to her, even got the police involved and everything, but they were not helping. They did not do anything. They said we should just go, we should wait till next week, and that's it. So I really don't know what to do right now. And I don't have any documents.
In such a case, I can only tell you, this paper from our internal affairs minister, you have to print it and take it with you and go and show her.
Sorry, yeah. I showed it to her. She said she knows. She said she knows, and she knows about it. But the system, she was talking about the system, and the system is saying that that's what she needs to do, that's what she has to do. She kept mentioning the system. I showed her the document, telling her that I'm legal to May 23rd. She said she knows, but the system is saying otherwise.
The system is saying what? I don't understand it. Which system?
I don't know what system. She's telling me the system is saying otherwise.
You already registered yourself in Berlin or what?
I am not registered at all.
Ah,
I'm
okay.
not
So
registered at all.
then I will suggest you don't. There's no need to panic. You wait again for the 2 weeks. Yeah. So on the when
Oh, she
that
said
2
next
weeks.
week Monday. Next week Monday.
Yeah. And which language are you speaking with her?
English.
She speaks English well?
Yes, she does.
Okay. So if you feel uncomfortable, you should look for somebody who is staying there that knows German where that can follow you there.
All right, sir. Thank you so much.
So, alles klar.
Yeah.
Next question, please.
Gradually getting to the end of the program. I think we have just about 10 minutes. Chidima, are you there? Can you please ask your question?
Hello.
Okay,
Chidima.
so I'm here. Hello everyone. Good evening. It's not really a question per se to the lawyer. It's to Nnamdi. You mentioned earlier that you're the vice president of what association, please? If you're still on the call.
I did not get it.
Okay. No, I think she's posing the question to Nnamdi. He said he's a vice president, but she's asking of what association?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is the what they call the Nigerian community federal level in
okay.
in Berlin.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Temitope, are you here? Temitope. Okay. Ayo John.
Hello.
Hello, good evening, everyone. Hello, good evening, everyone.
Yeah, we're hearing you.
Good evening, sir. Yes, sir. The portal for Berlin for refugees was open today. So we called them. We were able to get appointment for April 9. So we were told we're going to be given a permit for 1 year. And they also told us if the work continues, they're going to extend to like 3 years. But my question is, with the permit, can we work with it? And
yes,
number
of course.
two,
Yes,
and
of
number
course.
two, and number two, since we got our appointment for April 9, should we have to wait till that time? Or since you say you have to register very early, hope there won't be any problem or something?
Yeah. How was the appointment given to you? On the phone or
no,
in a written form?
No, in the written, their site was open today for the refugee. So you go there, you book an appointment. What any site? date you get. Berlin, I will check now. Berlin refugee site. So they just opened it today. You were given the information since last week from the NGO that gave us houses in Berlin. So when you book an appointment, there you go on that day, you do registration with your passport, and they will say the officer they're gonna give us 1 year permit. Then if the work continues, then they're gonna say it's like 3 years. But for now, they're gonna give us 1 year permit.
Is it Berlin?
And please, who else is talking there again? When you are booking the appointment, is there any other information you must fill in that online something?
No, they only ask for our name, the appointment date, and where we are coming from.
Okay. Because normally they should have asked you if you have a place where you are staying, because if you don't register, you will not have a place to stay. So of course,
yes, they do, sir. They do, but I have a place I'm staying, so I put my
okay. Then the problem is solved now.
Oh, okay.
So if you have a place that you are staying now, the guy where you stay with now, you give them a wahala small, and go accompany you till that time, give you food, give you some beer and some whiskey to drink.
Okay.
Yeah, or else you need help now, because you cannot be around. You have to eat, you have to take shower, and maybe some of you that believe that there's God, you go to African churches and go and dance and clap your hands. Maybe there too they can help you. But of course, that one is very important. They have to know that you have a shelter. No?
Yes, sir.
If you don't have a shelter, because some are being put in a hotel now, like in Bayern, they put them in a hotel. Even some people, even some hotel owners, even open sort of a suite, a lounge for people to come in free there that are coming from Ukraine to come and stay for some weeks before they are able to find a place for them free, and they are cooking for them there as well. You know? So of course they have to know that you have a shelter. If you have a shelter from now to April, now the weather is getting better, then you try and enjoy the weather.
Okay, sir. Thank
Yeah.
you, sir.
And then wait. And continue to write application to the university.
Okay.
Application. Because you people don't know because how the whole thing is going to develop later. No?
Okay, sir.
Yeah. It's very, very important. Don't just sit down at home and fold your hands. No?
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Thank
Bros,
you very
can you
much.
write the website to this Berlin stuff?
Sorry?
And can you drop the website on the chat box so that others can see?
Okay, let me write it again. I'm writing it now. I have two websites. One is in English, one is German. So this one is the German one. The other one is legal assistance. Assistance.de. So, yeah.
Okay, I think we can take about one or two questions.
Please, I have a
before-
question.
Yes, we'll get to you if time permits.
I have a
but
question.
I'm so
let
sorry.
our sister ask question. Let her ask question.
Okay.
Yeah, good evening. Can everyone hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
I hear you.
Yes, okay. So I guess my question is a little bit off the present topic, but what I would like to ask is because presently I was trying to apply for the permanent residence in Germany, but it was declined today, saying that I can get it till 2025, which is very weird. So I finished my master's in Germany here. And after that, I was working as a scientific researcher, though it was not as a full-time, but on 80% basis. So according to the law, I thought I was qualified after working for 2 years and paying into the pension insurance scheme. But to my surprise, they said maybe the application is like it's not possible or something. So I was a little bit taken off balance today.
Yeah,
So
are you having a blue card? Are you having a blue card?
No, I work as a scientific researcher. Based on
Okay, because the ones that have blue card, after 2 years, they have a permanent visa.
Yes, but on the website for blue card, they don't even need to work for 2 years. It is probably 20 months or something. It's not up to 2 years. But if you graduate from German university, then you can work for 2 years and still also apply.
Yeah, it depends on the paragraph you are having. Which paragraph are you having?
What do you mean?
Which section of law is written on your card?
18B, I think.
Okay. Yeah. So, and you have been here now for about 3, 4 years, 5 years?
So this is the 5th year. This is the 5th year.
The 5th year?
Yes, but I only worked, so I did masters for 2 years and I worked already for 2 years, and this is over 2 years. So this is my 5th year.
Yeah, and you have to submit what we call tax paying rented. No?
Yes, so I submitted. I requested for all these documents from the first day I started work. All this payment with all this breakdown, and though they requested for 3 months, but I submitted the whole 24 months. And also documents from the health insurance stating from the date I started working, and also my passport, my permit, and yeah, those were the documents they requested.
Yeah, and which foreign office is that?
Wetzlar.
Where?
Wetzlar.
Wetzlar, in which Bundesland?
Essen.
Essen.
Yes.
Yeah, normally they're not so strict. So I will suggest you contact me privately, then I will take it up from there. Yeah.
Okay, I'll be very glad. Thank you very much. So
Okay,
I'm so sorry for asking this question in between the present topic. So
yeah. No, so we are more focused on our people that are going through difficulties, and
yes.
We just hope that they should be able to find their way here.
Sorry, please.
Yes, I understand. It was because I just received the the decline, the rejection today, and my permits needs renewal first week of next month. So I really needed it urgently so that I can still continue working.
No wahala.
Please, lawyer,
Yeah.
Sister Temitope, you've called me before, please.
Temitope, I was just about calling you because you are the last person we're going to take today.
Okay, thank you.
Now we are out of time.
That's not fair. That's not fair.
Unfortunately, we have time constraints. I'm sorry. Temitope, please.
Yeah, I'm also sorry. My question is not about the Ukraine people, but this, please, let me just say this. I don't know if I will have to contact him later, but it's about my brother. He came to Germany and he failed the course. I think a bachelor, so he failed the course the third time and is automatically out of the school, like out of the course. So then he didn't go back to the school or probably get another school till his permit expired. And the permit has expired since 2020. And as of now, he doesn't have anything. He's been in the country, no permits, whether student or anything. So I'm trying to ask on his behalf if he can still register back as a student or what can he do? Like, I don't know what he can do, please.
This one, I'm not going to answer you. If I don't know the file. So that one is a difficult case. I cannot give you any answer here. I can't give you something that is wrong, and at the end, you will say, this lawyer will not know work. What we do in such cases is, first of all, I have to ask for his file.
Okay, sir.
And his file will be sent to me from the Foreign Office. Then I will study the file. I will see the whole thing that has been happening the whole time. It is then I can tell you exactly how we can go about it if there's a chance or not.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but that is what I've said it before. Maybe that time you have not joined the program.
Okay, sir.
Our people, people shouldn't be ashamed that they cannot finish their studies. If you are in a certain faculty and you are having difficulties, you cannot continue, because studying in this country is very hard. Even your classmate does not want to do anything with you. Oyibo. They are all on their own. They are doing their own thing. Even when there's what we call Arbeitsgemeinschaft. They even select people to work together. You are even in their midst. They don't even want to do anything with you. You have to start doing your own thing on your own. So everything you do here is self-work, self-contained work for you to be able to go through. And when you go through and when you pass, you get an kankpe, you are even more better than them. Yeah, because you never had to help you. You go through these things on your own. So if you are there and you're having difficulties and you cannot do it, don't be ashamed. Change to Ausbildung. Change to something easier that you can easily skate through. I have your permit. When you have your permit, you relax at home, you drink your gogoro, then you can start thinking of something else to do again, because that time now you don't relax. Mind don't come ground. You're already in the system, So yes. People should not force their head to go through the hole of a needle, because if you cannot make it, you cannot make it. So somebody will not say enough to do mathematics, you go to do engineering. So how can you pass? Or somebody that knows somebody who cannot see blood, and he wants to be a doctor. So how would that one function? Because of course they try to push us from our background to certain places where they think it is better for you. But at the end, you cannot make it. It's you that is going to do it, not them, whoever is pushing you. And in this Western world where we are, no matter what you do what you know you can do, and you will make it. You will have a better life. Here, there are jobs everywhere here that you can do, some other kinds of jobs. So you must not be waiting and trying to follow what other people are trying to tell you. So that is my advice for you guys. So don't be ashamed, because I remember when I was going to the university those days, how many Nigerians were laughing at me, telling me, you think say, oh, you go pass you. They waste your time there. Oh, you want to go pass you. Oh, you want to go pass you. No? But I passed, they were surprised. They were surprised. It's only performance. If you are good, they pass you. If you're not good too, they go fail you. Whether you are the child of Angela Merkel, nobody cares about it. They will fail you. No? So that's the thing.
Thank you very much, sir. I'm just going to take one last question about relocation from Ukraine. Ibrahim, would you like to ask your question now? Are you there? Ibrahim?
Oh, hello.
Hi.
Good evening. So, I'm Ibrahim Elios. So I just relocated from, I fled Ukraine to Germany recently, last week.
Yeah.
Possibly, I don't know if the lawyers taking the question, but I joined the broadcast list. Please, now I registered in Neteta. Neteta is just towards the border between Germany and Holland. Please, can you tell me the procedure for me to follow so that I can obtain a stay and possibly work, or even though to learn their language? I don't know.
Yeah, okay. You are living very close to the Poland border?
Holland, Netherlands. I learned this.
So Holland, Netherlands.
Yes.
Netherlands, yeah. And in the city where you are now, it is a German city, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So, of course, you can register yourself there, as you said already. When you register yourself, anywhere you get yourself registered, you can register yourself in the following places: immigration office, or a place where people can take asylum, but you don't need asylum. You tell them you don't want asylum. You immediately see your passport and your visa from Ukraine. They know you don't need the passport, you don't need the, an asylum because you are a student, and they will give you the 90 days that they want to give you. I'm even hearing some are even having 6 months, some were even giving 1 year. So it depends on the place where you are, but with that, with anything that they give to you, you are allowed to work, and then through the registration, they will give you a house, they give you a place to stay. There are areas where they cook for them. There are areas where they give them money so that they can buy their own food and cook themselves. So that is how the whole thing is going. And if you want to learn the German language, if you tell them at the registry office, they can always advise you to go to a certain place where other people are learning the language, because now they are talking about it, how to teach the people from Ukraine as quickly as possible the language, mostly the children. The children should be fixed into the schools as quickly as possible so that they will catch up. They shouldn't remain at home and they don't learn anything. So, of course, if you learn the language, the sky is your limit here. This language is a wonderful language. It's so sweet. So if you learn the language, anywhere you go, you hear what they are saying, you can interact, you can chat with people. It is very nice. I like your style. You said you want to learn the language. We have some of our people here, they don't want to learn the language. They say they don't need the German language. From your accent, probably you are from the French part. Are you from Cameroon?
No, I'm from Nigeria.
Ah, okay. So because the people that speak French, they even learn the language faster than people that speak English in Germany, because with their French, they don't even come even 100 meters ahead. Yeah, but here, almost everybody speaks English, but they don't want to speak with you. But when you start speaking with them, they hear you, and they can equally interact. But French, nah, le parle français, qu'une chance. You know?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. So they learn the language very quickly than the English, than the Anglophone people. No?
Okay, I'm sorry, co-host, Barrister, please. What I'm trying to ask is this: are you saying that I cannot make a proposition for them that I want to stay longer? Is it that I have to follow their prescription of 3 months? Then they will be the one to look at if they can possibly renew for me, if there's still war or not. Can't I just
No. Moment. That has only to do with possibly if they can renew for you or not, whether there's war or not. This law that they are using was passed during the Balkan War, this Yugoslavia war, those days. Yugoslavia war, a lot of people left there. Croatia, Bosnia, Herzegovina, Macedonia, a lot of people had wars those days. They were storming into the European Union. It was then this law was made. Now they reactivated this law again so that people will not go through asylum stress. Yeah. So that is why they say they should give them this status, bring them into the working market, allow them to start doing what they think is good for them, because Germany is a free country, it's a country of freedom, of human rights, so that you can start doing what you feel is good for you to make a better life. So from time to time, they are working on a special regulation, mostly for students. The Ukraine people, they are special refugees. The one that have Ukraine passport, that is their home. Bomb is falling there, there's war there. So they are war refugees. But you guys that were students there, that went there to study, you people are not, you are not original refugees. Yeah, you are not original refugees, because some have even gone back to their home countries. Some went back to home because they think home is better, or they don't even know what to do, so they left. So they want to give you guys the opportunity to continue with your education. That is the main thing why they allow people to come in. Because Germany now, we're having less children here. We have a lot of old people. You know? Almost every fifth person is more than 60 years of age. You can see it around. So they don't have young people anymore. So the young people that are coming in, they want to hold them, keep them by putting them into a better condition so that they can work, because this country is a high salary country. They want them to work, learn, have a degree, have a qualification so that they can start working and start paying tax, because it is through the taxes that we pay, we that are still young now, it is our money they are using to pay the old ones that are already in the pension age. So that is how the system works. Young people pay for old people, young people pay for old people. So it continues like that, because now they don't have enough people here. I made a statement last time, I have to correct it here. In this country, it is presently like this: every fifth woman don't have a child, and every fifth man has a child as well. So the way women don't want to make children is the same thing that men don't want to make children. They say children are disturbing, children are expensive, and of course, if you make a child here, your life is very restricted. There are a lot of things you can't do anymore. Opa are not there here. Oma are not there here. We don't have a extended family that will help you to take care of your children. Your children will be hanging on you every time. In summertime, in wintertime, they are with you in the apartment. Nobody will take care of them. So you cannot really realize your career. So that is the reason why many people don't make children. They want to pursue their career. Because at the end of your career, what counts is how much did you pay into the old age pension that will be able to take care of you, and not how many children did you make. How many children the children that you make to, they go and live their life, they don't support you here. German children do not pay anything to their parents at old age. Everybody has to prepare for his old age. So that is the system here, my brother.
Thank you very much, sir. Ibrahim, I hope that answers your question, as we now have to round up this session. But we will continue again next week. The link will be sent to the various groups and the Telegram group too. So if your question was not answered today, or you did not have the opportunity to ask your question today, please join next week and try to raise your hands early on in the program or in the session so that you can be called upon. Thank you so much, Barrister Imasi, for your time. Thank you for the counsel. And I wish us all a wonderful week ahead, and we'll see you again next week. The link, Chimex, will be shared in the Telegram group, and the link to the Telegram group has been shared in the chat function already, but could one of the coordinators please share the link again for those that don't already have it? Thank you so much, Barrister Imasi. Thank you for your time, and have a wonderful week, everybody. We've come to the end of today's session. Bye.
So, gentlemen, be alert, open your eyes, don't let people deceive you, go through the right way, and things will be good with you guys. So, see you next week on Monday, 18 hours. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Hello, please, good evening, everyone. I came late in this meeting. Can someone briefly explain what you said, please?
You have to DM someone personally for that.
Just the question and answer session. Maybe next week, if you can get the link again. Maybe.
Well, what's a question? What's a question?
It was just a question and
They also recorded it on YouTube. You can watch it. You can rewatch it on YouTube.
Okay, can I get the link on YouTube, please?
I think you should join the Telegram.